Good afternoon everyone, here's our latest video update on Typhoon Rammasun or Bagyong Glenda on this Tuesday afternoon. It's currently about 6 p.m. Philippine time right now, July 15th, 2014, and the system, again, rapidly intensified over the past 24 hours to a strong typhoon and is now making landfall near the city of Legazpi in the province of Albay. The eye of Rammasun or Glenda was last located approximately 20 kilometers northeast of the city of Legazpi, or about 30 kilometers northwest from Sorsogon City, 60 kilometers southwest from Virac, Catanduanes, or about 90 kilometers southeast of the city of Naga in Camarines province. Maximum sustained winds, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency, have increased to 155 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 220. The Joint Typhoon Warning Centers increased that winds even further now to 185 kilometers per hour at gusts of up to 220, making Rammasun a Category 3 typhoon. The system is also turning more to the west-northwest now, as is forecast. We expect the system to turn just around this time, still moving at a forward speed of about 20 kilometers per hour. You can see the latest visible satellite image. Again, the sun setting down in the region now, so this is probably one of our last visible images that we'll see from this system before it makes landfall. And you can see that symmetrical and very small eye, about 10 to 20 kilometers in diameter, now moving into the Bicol region. Again, we were saying before, we're expecting that landfall to occur somewhere in the Albay or Sorsogon provinces area, and that's what we are seeing at this moment. The eye, again, just moving into Legazpi City, moving over the Albay Gulf, bringing in definitely some strong winds and heavy rains across this region, also the threat of storms. And we're looking at the infrared loop. And again, you can see that eye just formed over the past 6 hours, perfectly symmetrical, very tight core again, as I said before. And again, making landfall now into the Bicol region. Central dense overcast, bringing in typhoon force winds as far out as 60 kilometers away from the center, still impacting the island of Catanduanes. Also parts of Masbate and northern Samar still dealing with some strong winds, definitely with the system. And again, the system will continue to move west-northwesterly, so for those out here in Southern Luzon and the rest of Bicol region, and including Metro Manila, definitely brace yourselves, as the system will just continue to get closer towards your area. Weather conditions will continue to get worse as we head into the evening hours and into the daylight tomorrow, Wednesday. And finally, we have some pretty good radar coverage now along the path of this typhoon. Here we have the Virac radar, and you can see that eye wall being picked up perfectly by the radar, moving, again, as I said, near the city of Legazpi. Very heavy rains and strong winds around that eye wall, impacting now the city of about 200,000 people. They were last reporting winds of up to 100 kilometers per hour, so we won't be surprised if they are getting pummeled right now with damaging and powerful winds of up to 160 kilometers per hour, maybe even more. And also that threat of storm surge for that city as the system just moves through. Again, we'll continue to watch that. Hopefully the government has made enough preparations to mitigate the impacts. As far as the rest of Luzon, here we have the Tagaytay radar also picking up some bands of light to moderate and even some pockets of heavy rain now affecting Southern Luzon, Quezon, Laguna, Batangas, Cavite. Those rains will be moving towards your area soon. Metro Manila, we start seeing some rains by midnight, and as you move into the early morning hours of tomorrow, again, expecting the conditions to just really get worse as the center of Rammasun moves to the northwest. And again, we have the rainfall forecast from one of our computer models. Again, the COAMS model. We love using this model. It's a high-resolution model and has been pretty accurate so far with the movement of Rammasun. And again, showing you pockets of really heavy rain overspreading much of Luzon today and into tomorrow. Even parts of northern Luzon could see up to 200 millimeters of rainfall, but definitely the focal area of heavy rains will be along the southern Luzon area, Bicol region, parts of Mindoro, Marinduque, Masbate, even parts of Samar and parts of Panay Island could see their share of heavy rains. Again, the heaviest rains, we're expecting 300 millimeters, maybe even some areas receiving 400 millimeters, although that could be isolated areas. But again, that amount of rainfall we're talking about, torrential, very heavy rainfall, it could cause widespread flooding, especially in Metro Manila, as we all know, a very flood-prone region there, and also some parts of central and northern Luzon, and even some mountainous areas out here in Quezon and parts of Bicol Region could see some landslides. I'm sorry. So again, please heed the warnings, evacuations, and other orders from your government officials. Just again, to get away from and to ride out this storm as safe as possible. Again, we're expecting the conditions to just get worse throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. And finally, we have the forecasts here from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. And again, you can see here, they're expecting the system to move west-northwesterly, moving near Metro Manila by tomorrow morning, Wednesday, and then moving into the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea as we move into Wednesday afternoon or late Wednesday evening, maintaining typhoon intensity all the way. So again, the system rapidly intensifying, will only slightly weaken. There's not much mountainous areas out here in Southern Luzon, but it will still weaken. But again, passing near Metro Manila as a typhoon, we've never seen that in years. And so we're expecting that strong winds to pummel the region, the capital, and along with the flooding rains and also possible storm surge as the system moves out, say by Wednesday evening. That southwesterly winds now pushing into Manila Bay by Wednesday evening. We could see some storm surge affecting the coast out here in Manila. As we move into Thursday and Friday, system is forecast to move into Hainan Island as a strong Category 2, maybe even a Category 3 typhoon. Here we have Pag-asa's official forecast as of 5 p.m. today. And again, showing you pretty much the same forecast that we've been showing along. Showing you a track again near Manila by Wednesday afternoon about 2 p.m. is what the Pag-asa forecast is depicting, and then by Wednesday evening it's moving away from Luzon, and eventually by Thursday afternoon they're expecting the system to move out of the Philippine area of responsibility. And finally, we have the Japan Meteorological Agency's forecast, and again, pretty much it's a good thing that we're seeing very good consensus now among the weather agencies out here in this region. Again, showing you the track across Bicol Region, passing over Camarines provinces and into Quezon tonight, moving into Metro Manila by daybreak or perhaps around mid-morning, say around 10, maybe 11 a.m. in the morning Philippine time, and then moving out into the Central Luzon regions, Pampanga, Zambales, Bataan, and then into South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea by tomorrow afternoon or evening, and then on its way towards southern China, perhaps again making landfall in Hainan as we move into Friday and Saturday. And before we end our video update, this is the updated signal warnings from Pag-asa as of 5 p.m. So this is the freshest bulletin from the agency, and they have pretty much put the entire southern Luzon region under signal number 3. Again, expecting that eye to move across this area tonight and into tomorrow. Also, parts of Central Luzon and Northern Luzon, Pangasinan now under signal number 2. Metro Manila still under signal number 2. But we said before, we're expecting Pag-asa to raise signal number 3 in the capital. Hopefully they will, because that should deter any offices or government or private and even colleges to close operations tomorrow. We don't want people getting stranded out here in the roads and getting hurt because of flying debris from the strong winds from the system. So again, just keep that in mind. We'll have the complete list of provinces in our website down below, so make sure to visit that as well. That is all for this afternoon. Again, stay safe and please heed the warnings of your local officials. And if you are still along the path of this storm, please prepare now. Make sure to just ride out the storm and don't go out. As soon as the strong winds start howling, please do not go out. But if you do have pictures and videos that you'd like to share, please share them with us on our websites and also on our Facebook page. Make sure to click on that as well. Just to recap, again, the system moving now into Legazpi City, making landfall there as we speak, moving towards Bicol Region tonight and into tomorrow morning. Heavy rains still continuing across much of the Philippines, and expecting the system to move very near Metro Manila by mid-morning or perhaps around noontime tomorrow, Wednesday. Strong winds and heavy rains across the metropolitan area there, and also the nearby regions. Expecting Rammasun or Glenda to move out of Luzon and into the South China Sea by Wednesday evening. And that's it for today. Stay safe. See you in our next update. Bye.